For as long as I can remember, they've been telling us to enjoy it while they're young, but our days are filled with chaos and stress and cooking and endless laundry piles. Where's the time to enjoy it? Yeah, that's what I always thought too. There's so much I have to do. When do I find time for peace and joy and happiness when I barely have time to sleep? Mama, it's time to make shift happen. You can be a happy mom. If I can, you can. Trust me. I've been a mess, I've been depressed, I've been overwhelmed, I've been to the bottom of the pits, and I've risen, I've grown, I've bloomed, and it all started when I realized I didn't have to anything. I get to. It is my privilege and my honor and my divine responsibility to be the queen of my home. It's not a burden. I'm not a burden. I'm in charge. I'm the ruler. I'm the chaos coordinator. I'm the calm in the storm, and so are you. Come with me. Let's rise, mamas. Adjust your crown. Accept your responsibility. Change the effing world together. It's all in the way we choose to see it. I'm so glad you're here, friend. You're listening to Meant to Bloom with Brittany Clarkson. Hey, mama. Welcome back. Love to have you here. I today really want to walk you through this little exercise. Just very quickly, I want you to clear your mind. Let's take a big breath. And I want you to visualize a good mom. Think about it for a minute. Let that picture of a good mom just develop in your brain right now. Now, I want to know, what do you see when you are picturing a good mom? Are you seeing a 1950s Leave It to Beaver kind of motherhood? Are you seeing Mrs. Brady from the Brady Bunch? Are you seeing Lorelai Gilmore? When you're picturing a good mom, what are you seeing? For the longest time, my thought was always a good mom cooks and cleans and takes care of her kids and provides all of these different types of needs for her children. And over time, as I have dove deeper into trying to figure out why the heck I feel like such a bad mom, I've come to realize some very, very important things. Number one, motherhood is not housekeeping. It's not. They are different things. And number two, we all show up very differently in motherhood. We all have different skills and different passions. And we all are meant to provide differently for our children because our children are all different human beings with their own different unique needs. So here's the thing. If you find yourself struggling to keep your kitchen clean, if you find yourself struggling to keep up on laundry, if you find yourself struggling to keep the shoes corralled in the entryway, if you're losing your mind over the cleanliness status of your home, I want to know if you're in that position. Do you also think you're a bad mom? Or are you starting to realize in this conversation or before this, did you already know that just kind of makes you a bad homemaker? Like, that makes you a bad housekeeper. And did you know you can really, really suck at housekeeping and you can really, really suck at homemaking and still be an excellent, fantastic mother? Okay, your kids are not judging how you're doing as a mom by how clean your bathtub is. They're not, okay? And when you have mom friends come over, they're not judging how good of a mom you are by how clean your house is either, because guess what? We all struggle to keep our house clean, whether we are struggling with the whole mental side of it, as far as, oh, I keep my house clean, but it makes me crazy, versus I can't keep my house clean and it makes me crazy. We're all kind of dealing with that. I have met very few people who just very easily keep their house clean and it's not affecting any other area of their life. Okay? I want to say that. And I think it's because keeping your house clean wasn't a job meant for one single person, unless you are one single person living in that house. It's a team effort. And I really think that we need to revolutionize this generation and, not put it all on the mom anymore. I mean, like, well, if mom doesn't keep the house clean, she's failing as a mom. That's not true. We have to overcome that mentality and that belief. And I feel like it's very hardwired into a lot of us simply because we grew up watching these moms on TV who kept their house perfectly clean because guess what? No one really lived in that house. Are you aware of that? Because that's something I didn't realize a lot. Like we're subconsciously watching them have all these family events and disputes and dramas and joys and losses in this house that always seems to be clean. Your subconscious doesn't ever make that connection. No one lives in that house. This is a TV set. That woman is not really the parent to these children. That woman who is acting as their mom doesn't actually spend a single minute cleaning that TV set. It's a crew of professionals who clean it, and nobody actually lives there. Your subconscious doesn't recognize that. Your subconscious is storing it away. Oh, that's what a good mom looks like. Good mom has her house clean. See what I mean here? We need to break free from that limiting mindset belief. We need to reprogram our subconscious mind. And we need to go get so firm in the belief that you are a good mom and it has nothing to do with how you keep your house. I mean, yeah, CPS will take your children away if your house is just, maggots in the kitchen status. And I mean like all the time, not like one time you forgot you left something out and it got, you know, you know, shoved behind something and you couldn't figure out where the smell came from. And by the time you did, it was just absolutely disgusting. You threw it away right away and cleaned it up. That's totally different. If you're regularly just like letting maggots be in the house, you're probably going to get your kids taken away. Like that's not okay. That's a little too far. And I mean, I'm not one to judge. Like I used to have mold growing in my kitchen all the time because I was so far in depression that I could not clean. And I would let pots and pans sit and soak in the sink without water for like 2 weeks because I just physically could not get up and do anything. Um, so yeah, I mean, it happens, but you know what I mean? Like there's a level. And if your house is just messy all the time, that's fine. It's okay. And the best thing you can do is stop making yourself feel guilty about it and stop telling yourself you're a bad mom because of it. Because I promise that doesn't make you a bad mom. Okay? Violently abusing your kids, emotionally abusing your kids, that could make you a bad mom. I don't think anyone here listening to me is a bad mom. Like I have done my research. I have scoured the analytics. I have Facebook stalked and Instagram stalked as many of you as I possibly can. Like in the most benevolent way possible, okay? I don't know of any bad moms who are listening to my podcast. I can confidently say if you're listening to me right now, you are a good mom, not a bad one. And I just want to make that clear. I want you to let go of that guilt and that shame that you think you have because you don't have everything figured out. It's okay to not have everything figured out. It's okay to not be good at everything. All right. I've been thinking so much lately about how in any other profession, your differences and different skill sets are looked at as a benefit, you know? Like you bring together a team of people who have different skills and, so many wonderful things happen. And I feel like when it comes to motherhood, we just have this whole we have to copy and paste, and every mom needs to look exactly the same, or you're not doing it right and you're not doing it well, and you just suck as a mom because you don't know how to bake cookies from scratch. That's absolute garbage. And I'm going to be the first one to stand up and say that that's absolute garbage, okay? You can be an excellent mom and suck at homemaking. You can be an excellent mom and suck at cleaning. You can be an excellent mom and suck at cooking. You can suck at baking. You can suck at listening to your kids talk about Minecraft for 20 minutes straight. You can suck at a lot of things and still be a great mom. Okay? You can suck at basic first aid. One time I thought it was a good idea to spray my kid's cut with hand sanitizer because it said on there that it's appropriate for minor cuts and wounds. That kid, man, I felt like a bad mom at that time. But I knew he wasn't going to get an infection. But yeah, that hurt him a lot, and I just regretted it because we had other options. We were at home. We didn't have to do that. But you learn. You live and you learn, and you know better, you do better. And I could hold on to the guilt of that forever, or I can move on past it, right? Um that's just really the point I wanted to make is so you're a good mom even if you think that you're failing and you think that you suck at something. All right? Do you know what makes you a good mom? It's not the fact that you use the right size band-aid. All right? Anyone can put a band-aid on a kid. But not anyone can make the kid feel as safe as you do. Not anyone can spike the oxytocin in that kid when you kiss that boo-boo and literally make his pain go away. All right? Mama's kisses are magic for boo-boos for a reason. It's science. It's oxytocin, natural painkiller. Only mom can do that. All right? So when you think you suck at something, like your kids aren't judging the recipe you're using to make cookies. All right? You want to bake cookies with your kids? It doesn't have to come from scratch. All right? My kids, we do the Nestle Toll House, like the little cubes where you break the cubes apart and then you just put them on the thing and bake it. They just like to be involved. They just like to have something sweet. They like that we all sit together and share a glass of milk to dunk our cookies in. The kids don't really care about the process of, it's grandma's original recipe and we're using our brand new KitchenAid stand mixer. Like, the kids don't care. And the kids are the ones who decide whether you're a good mom or not. Start seeing yourself from your child's perspective. They don't care if you're great at first aid. They don't care if you're great at baking. They don't care if you're great at cleaning. Like, you know what? There's two bare minimum requirements for cleaning I can think of. And it's one, that your house isn't covered in mold. And two, that you're not mixing ammonia and bleach when you clean. Okay? Because in case you don't know, that makes mustard gas. It will kill people. And I think as long as you meet those two requirements, you're doing fine. Your kids are unbothered otherwise. Like, you can have the bare minimum. It doesn't have to be perfect before you can accept the fact that you're a good mom. All right? I want you to feel okay with how you're living life right now. I want you to feel okay with who you are. I want you to genuinely learn to like who you are. I want you to see that you're a good mom. Your kids love you so much. Love yourself half as much as they do, and you'll be fine. Like, yeah, sometimes kids are little turds and they're gonna pretend like they don't love you. Right now, my 4-year-old's going through this phase. He's finally learned, like, we've gotten over the part where he gets really, really mad and he tells me he doesn't love me anymore. Now we finally gotten to where he understands you can both be mad at someone and love them at the same time. So on a daily basis, I'm just hearing, Mom, I'm really mad at you right now, but I still love you, but I don't want to be around you. But I still love you. So that's where we're at right now. Like, yeah, kids can be turds. They can make you feel like they don't love you sometimes. But man, they need you. They love you. You are doing a great job. And we all have different skills. Some of us aren't great at playing with our kids. Some of us are. Some of us really find our groove engaging in imaginative play with our children. That's me. I am really great at playing with my kids. I am not great at cooking dinner for the family. I'm not great at keeping my kitchen spotless. I'm not great at always having laundry folded. I do have one kid who regularly tells me I need to fold laundry because he's out of pajamas and he's too small to fold them himself, but he's learning how to dig through the baskets of clean laundry to find his pajamas. But we all have things we're good at. Some of us find a lot of peace folding laundry. Some of us find a lot of fulfillment keeping spaces clean. Some of us find a lot of fulfillment like practicing hospitality for our family and serving snacks and meals all the time and cooking for them. And that's great. But some of us don't. And if you're one who doesn't, I want you to really get confident in knowing you are a good mom, even if you're not a great homemaker. Even if you don't fit all those 1950s perfect mom categories, it's fine. You can still be a great mom. You just got to find your way of connecting with your kids, showing up for them, loving them. That's all it takes. It's not as hard as we make it. It's really not. You are an excellent mom. You really are. Thank you so much for joining me today for this episode of Meant to Bloom. It really does mean the world to me. But are you ready to take this a step farther? Check out the description below of this episode and grab your mindset makeover. It's totally free, my gift to you. Then hop on Instagram and let me know what you thought of this episode. Tag me at Britt Clarkson, that's BritClarkson. If any part of this resonated with you, please let me know by tagging me or leave a review and share on social media so other mamas can find this too. If it helped you, it's gonna help someone else. You're part of a movement now. Let's go.